Hello, yes, welcome again, Delight Channel, and we have been focusing on what we started recently, which is the Made Simple series. Unfortunately, this series, if you do not watch them back to back, you are going to miss the flow, because last week we started on Career Made Simple, and we focused on how do you make your choice of career. Now, based on where we stopped last week, I was saying that if you are currently in a course of study that you look back and you wish you probably didn't have to take that course, or you will have done something else, I am not having insight into all the situations that may be surrounding your choice, but my point is, one, if you can change, by all means change, because it is better that way that you fix the grounds up. But if you can't, never mind. It is not a death sentence. The only thing you owe to yourself is give that course you are doing your best. Make sure you come out with the best grade possible. A first class will not be a bad idea. So now I move on a little, and I'm saying maybe you are out of school. You already have a degree. You already have a certificate and a qualification in your hand, and you are wondering, what do I do? I said last week as well, it's about purpose, it's about passion, and it's about opportunities. Now, it does not matter what your academic qualifications are or are not, and I'm saying even if you have not gone to the university, I'm still speaking to you. The point then is, if you have located the passion point, you need to scan around for opportunities. I am speaking more to those who are hunting for employment opportunities, who have opportunity of working for somebody, picking up employment somewhere. The issue of entrepreneurship I will discuss under business, so watch out for that. So if you are one where your track is how to pick up an employment, now you have a qualification, school cert, national diploma, higher national diploma, first degree, second degree, whatever your academic qualification is. What's next? You are trying to apply for jobs. What should you be doing in the interim? Look for opportunities to serve. I will come to the CV part. I will come to how to prepare for interview. I will come to your resumption. I will do all those details later. But between now and when you get that first call to attend interview, don't just sit at home twiddling your fingers, watching Africa Magic, playing around, and turning applying for job into a job. Get up, find an opportunity to serve. That area of interest, that point of passion. Usually, if you remember last week, I said it's about passion, it's about purpose, passion, and opportunity. So the opportunity is what I'm speaking to. I am saying that there is usually somewhere where you can practice this and become an apprentice. It may even be you starting something. As an example, you want to be a lecturer. One of the ladies I mentor has a dream in lecturing, but she's not gotten one yet. Hey, there are girls and guys around you preparing for JSC, preparing for SSC, preparing for JAMB, that you can assemble and teach them for free. What is likely going to happen? Number one, you are building your profile. You will not sit in front of an interviewer who asks you what have you been doing, and all you can say is, I have been applying for jobs. Hey, that's not something to be proud of. It's a more compelling story if you sit across an interviewer who is asking you, so since you finished school, what have you been doing? Oh yes, I've been organizing young people around me looking for this admission, that admission, and I've been coaching them. And you know the sweet part? They ask you, how much do they pay? You say free. Oh my. Most employers appreciate service. They appreciate when you do things not for money. All right? So, rather than sitting around find opportunity. Imagine you walk to an uncle, a sister, or even a company, knock on the door and say, I'm a graduate of this, I'm looking for a job, but I would like to serve you for free. Can I do a 3-month service with you for free? You don't have to pay me anything. Many of you will say, but how do I pay transport? My friend, don't you go out since you've been looking for this job? Don't you spend money on recharge card? Are you not better off if you are spending that money and you are acquiring some skills? And you know what will happen? 2-3 things are likely to happen. That company, if it agrees to take you in, they may agree at the beginning that they're not going to pay you anything, but I can almost bet it with you that you will get some stipend, because they will realize that you are spending some money to go and come. Particularly if you show industry, if you show diligence, if you show passion, you show productivity. Watch our past videos, we already spoke about that. So, develop yourself through opportunities. While you are waiting for the first interview invitation, while you are waiting for the first job, don't just sit around and waste time. Don't just count time, make time to count. So, I have just elaborated a bit on the leg of how do you choose, all right? Which is about passion, it's about purpose, and it's about opportunity. Now, next week, I'm going to go into the details of how do you prepare. I've touched on it a bit this week, but next week, I will delve deeper, and then how do you switch if you are not happy where you are. I encourage you to subscribe, to share, to comment, and whatever you do, I'm available to assist wherever I can. Write in, the email is on the screen, and let's connect and take this conversation to the next level. T-Mac is still my name, and all I'm trying to do is what? Make a little difference. See you next week as we continue the conversation. Thank you, and bye.